Oh, hi. How are you today?
You sound like Mr. Rogers.
I wanted to do that.
You're such a freak.
Yeah, I know. So I'm just getting my very first cup of tea. How are y'all doing out there?
Yeah, and you'll have to excuse me because I was outside looking at my plants, and
It's a beautiful day in the
it
neighborhood.
is gorgeous
See, I
outside.
just did a Mr. Rogers
And
thing.
Matt and Shay and my mom have been doing such fun things with the plants. And the pineapple that I was growing for a friend who is not here is there's 4 pineapple plants, and one actually has a little baby pineapple starting.
Well, why wouldn't you bring it in?
Because it's a big, huge pot with big, sharp. Remember, I still have a sliver from that damn thing.
Yeah, they're made to kill you. Pineapples taste so good, but they will kill you. They will stab your heart.
No, I went to go touch it, to go touch the little leaf. Good morning, Marie. And on the spines down, especially down close to where the flower or where the little bud is, it got me. It got me.
Mexico problems. It's like yesterday with my haircut. You saw that? I hope you did. And I was heading to the hairdresser. No, first I made the appointment. I'm like, dude, you got any time? He's like, yeah, 1:30. Come right at 1:30. I'm like, okay. You know how I am about time. It's 1:30. So I know Mexico. So I call him up at 1:30. Well, I actually called him up at like 1:25 because I know I've got 5 minutes. He's like, yeah, I'm going to need like an extra 20 minutes. So then I go there into his shop. It is full. Everybody is sitting. He's the only hairdresser. And he's like, yeah, I'm still going to need time.
And the thing is he's really good, and he does an excellent job on John's hair. And John is so impatient.
I'm not impatient. I just think it's ridiculous to wait over an hour past your appointment. Now, if I did that with my clients, we'd be broke.
That's why I do the appointments.
No. I just think that people expect when you make an appointment.
Yes. When you make an appointment, I get it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And he wrote it down and everything. He just cannot say no to the people walking through the door. Mm-hmm. That is bothersome. I told him, I'll pay you twice what I pay you in here to come to my house.
And that because he won't do.
It's just, well, no, I think he wants to either have the whole model that way or just have it his store. So, I mean, I'm offering him because for me, it would be better if they came to the house, cut Christie's hair, cut my hair.
Yeah, my mom can cut both our hair. And I think I'm going to get her to do it because I know it looks good. I know you guys, but I don't like it. Mr. Rogers, Lori's laughing at that. Thanks. Good morning, Lori and Lori Bolin and Lori Gall. And good morning, Jolene, and good morning to Leanne. I got myself all set up, so we've got cameras everywhere.
You've got coffee.
And I've got
I'm going to hang up on these people, whoever it is. Sorry, Mom. Was it my mom? I don't know who that was. I wouldn't hang up on my mom. Sorry, Mom. Would you hang up on your mom?
Yep.
Okay, that's good. So,
love you, Mom, but I'd hang up on you.
Yeah, I'll have to call them back. So if you're calling us, what the hell are you doing calling us?
Just to see if you'll answer the phone.
I won't. It didn't say who it was.
No.
Now, most of these smartphones tell us who it is. And obviously, if they're in my phone book. But it didn't say, if I don't know you, bye-bye.
That's not true. It's just during this time.
Only during this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, so, Christie.
Happy Friday.
It's Friday?
It is Friday, and it's a long weekend here.
It's a long weekend Friday. So it's a long weekend.
It's like President's Day or something on Monday here.
Yeah. Who knows?
There's a lot of long weekends.
Sparkles on your face again. You're sparkly.
Yeah.
So what's going on in our world, honey?
Well, today's kind of a relaxing day. I did go to the bank to find out why they wouldn't let me transfer the money. And apparently there was a limit set on money that I transferred to a bank account in the same bank.
She can send gobs of money to other banks, but in their bank.
Yeah.
She could not.
So then I had to get my ever so charming husband to come and sign because he is the persona morale on the bank account.
To be honest, she goes in and says, hey, do you want to do this? I'm like, no, just get your money. Let's come back. Okay, yeah, we'll do it another day. Then she goes, she waits. And then she's like, we're going to do it now. And she's gone for like 5 minutes. She comes up, you need to sign this.
Like your passport.
I'm like, I don't know what my passport is. Last time I got a passport, I had to sign 20 pieces of paper because they kept saying it's not the same.
And I think they're due next.
What happens if somebody's hand is cut off in an accident? I'm sorry, you can't sign anything more for the rest of your life.
That's not true.
Then I need to walk in with something and say, oh, my hand.
You have to have a doctor's note, you butt.
I can get it. I can get anything in Mexico.
No, you can't.
I can get a doctor's note that says, hey, his signature's different. Let him be.
It's ridiculous. It is just here. They're so picky, and he is so ridiculous about that. And I have a client that's going to be like that too. We're going to have trouble with her too.
4 signatures yesterday, and she could see Christie was getting upset. She's just like, yeah.
Okay, we'll just take it.
But here's the problem.
And then she says, maybe you should get a power of attorney.
Here is the problem, though. This lady who works at a bank does not look at signatures. Even then, she can witness, I saw him sign.
No, she compared it to your signature on their screen.
No. But I could go in there with my ID, everything. She can witness, I saw him sign this. Still not good enough because they're all morons.
No, they're following protocol.
But Christie,
stop calling people names like that.
In Canada or the U.S., I never, ever, ever, ever had a problem.
How many things did you really sign in Canada and the U.S.?
I still signed everything. Never a problem. In Mexico, oh my God, everybody's a handwriting expert.
Well, in Mexico, their signatures are stunning. They practice them.
They're gorgeous. I hate that.
Mine is pretty much the same every time.
Yours is a very.
It's not gorgeous, but it's pretty much the same every time. John's is a scribble, and I can forge it better than he can write it.
Then you should have done that.
I'm going to start.
It's like, let me take care of that for you.
They were watching through the windows.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, we got it done, and it's just so dumb. Banks are stupid. They're just stupid.
Anyways, so
banks are stupid. Governments are stupid. Cereal companies, stupid. Most car companies, stupid.
Stop right now. Just stop.
I'm just trying to think.
No, stop.
Oh, I got to tell you this. So when I left Costco, now we've been in Mexico 17 and a half years, 5 years. So we're talking 22 and a half years. I had left a certain amount in my
like an RSP.
An RSP type thing, you know. So we go forward 22 and a half years. It's only doubled. It hasn't even doubled in 22 and a half years.
And it wasn't a lot to begin with.
I'm thinking.
We're not retiring on it, that's for sure.
I'm thinking they're morons. Because what the hell? So I'm going to have to take my money out. Maybe I should buy silver with that money.
Maybe we should use it to pay for some of the stuff that we want to.
Honey,
Sandra is saying, stop, John.
We got money.
Be kind.
We got money.
Stop and be kind.
You can't be kind on incompetence.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
You can feel sorry that they're stupid. Feel sorry for them because they're stupid.
I love you. This is my wife. See, she pretends to be one thing, but really she's another.
No, it's just that you went too far today. You just went too far.
No way, man.
So I am thinking I really want a little bit of a table. I don't have a table in my kitchen. So I'm thinking of getting a live edge piece of Perota and have some legs put on it.
What does a live edge piece of Perota?
Most people are going to know, but it's like not straight and fine and perfect. It's like our coffee table, like now, those kinds of things.
In the kitchen, I like straight and fine and perfect. I don't know if I could do live in here. Everything else is lovely.
You sound like my mother.
We still haven't gotten.
You sound like my mom. Just so
we still haven't gotten our copper campana yet. Why is that?
Because we asked him for a bunch of other things, and they're having trouble sourcing it. And it's our bad. I'd have my hood fan had I not asked for all this other stuff. So
then unask for that stuff and ask him to send it in 2 shipments.
I can't blame him because my campana is ready. Feel sorry is right, Christy. So Jolene, yeah, she feels sorry for stupid people too. And Sandra, you're right. Be kind, be compassionate.
Yes.
And there's a lot more of that needs to be had right now because people are angry and scared and sad and lonely and hurting.
Yeah.
Like poor John at the beach yesterday. He had it so rough.
Oh, that's
No.
good. Oh, come on. You started it. You started the ignition sequence.
Love the idea of live edge table for your kitchen. I just think because all the other Perota is so fine in here that I think just because also I don't feel sorry for our dumbass PM up here in Canada. Well, Chris, that's true. I don't feel sorry for him. There's only so much sorry you can do. So there's two schools of thought because I have to back it up, right? Move, John, so people can see better. I don't want you in the picture. It's very blurry. Can you focus?
Okay. I don't want you, but you have to do stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go. And there we go.
So this is the chairs that I want to put around this table. And they are quite rustic with the otomi pattern on it.
No, we're not going to get that. No, that's not.
So maybe either a live edge or maybe then a finer piece of Perota or
my wrinkles
copper.
are gone. My wrinkles are all gone.
We could do a copper table.
Oh, they're back.
We could do
table.
copper.
It's interesting.
Would that be too much copper?
Might be. We've got so many different tiles and metals and woods in this house.
No, we don't have a bunch of different woods.
I've got the wood here. I've got the wood there. I've got that.
We're only
wood.
talking in the kitchen.
But you see it.
No, you don't. Not if you're not looking at it. They don't see it. All
You have
they
to walk
see
through
is
our house and
Perota.
go like this. I don't
look.
see anything.
Don't look, Ethel.
Hey, that was from the freak. The freak. The streak. The
Yeah.
freak.
Love the chairs. Yeah, I love the chairs. We bought those chairs long before we had an idea of what the kitchen was going to look like.
The chairs guided absolutely every
And
stupid thing.
So we were doing something very different when we first decided to build, and then we changed, but we already had these chairs. So now I'm trying to make them work. So we do have some of them sitting on the outside of this bar that we're facing, but I have 3 extras. And so I'm thinking, and I want a little table because I want the girls when they come, I want them to sit and eat. I don't like them wandering and, my granddaughters. So that's kind of where I'm leaning. So
we should do like a 50s diner bench. I think that's the best option.
no, because we already have the chairs. So
yeah, those chairs are not going to work.
mm-hmm.
We bought those chairs. They're so big. We have 6 of them. And man, our bar, I thought we'd be able to get 4. Yeah, a little rough around the edges. Thank you. Appreciate that, Chris. But we can only fit 3 here comfortably. And I thought we would be able to do 4. Well, originally we wanted all 6 around here. And the guy who was working on the kitchen's like, you're not going to be able to get a fridge in. You're not going to be able to get your stove in. He was right. It's the only thing he was right about.
Yeah. So, Jolene, my mom likes the copper idea. And then Jolene said they might be coming back for a quick trip next month, and she would love to see our house. That can be arranged. And then Lori is saying, I still like the idea of a live edge table with your chairs, a wonderful contrast. I just love the live edge.
The table is going to have to be collapsible.
On wheels. Or easy to move. It could be attached.
She does this crap when we're doing this because she knows, and we'll go, what are you nuts?
No, because I also wanted it to be an island. That was always something we had discussed.
I don't know how it'll work. It'll be way too damn big. Okay, she's thinking about this, and she shouldn't be right now.
Yes, I should be.
Nope, not at all.
How would the kids be with a live edge? Oh, they're not rough. They're
like this thick, the table.
Yeah.
And it goes like.
And it would be high,
they can't
right?
cut themselves.
No, and it would be high because of the bar stool seats that we have.
You say, oh, they'll know what a live edge is.
Most people know what a live edge is. I think Jolene knows what the live edge is. Some are rougher than others. This would be more smoother. It would just be smoother, I think.
We got the Perota, if you saw at our office originally, we had the table in the living room, the living area. It was just a stump of a Perota tree that they cut out a table.
Mm-hmm.
We'd have people coming in. Oh my God, I've got to take. All they would do is take a picture of that table.
Mm-hmm.
Then they would see the tree of life on the wall. They take a picture of that. Then they would see the light over top of the desk. They take a picture of that.
And they'd be like, is this your house? After they've taken all these photos.
It was the only things they took pictures of. They never took pictures of us. Jerks. And we wanted our pictures taken.
Smoother versus rougher, yes.
Yeah, so there you go. Buffed but rustic.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like me. Buffed but rustic.
Yeah. No, Chris's is right.
Chris,
rough around the edges. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do. Now, if we do it so it's attached to the wall, which actually does make more sense, then it can be quite large when we need it to be. We're
really going down a dark area.
I don't think so. This is part of what we do on this show is talk about what's going on. Strike a pose, John. Come on, use your buffness.
There you go.
Sorry, that's all you get, guys.
So last night we went to Simon's Bistro. It's a birthday party, a 60th birthday party for a friend. And it was fun. Yeah. A good time. It was good. Yeah. And then our neighbor immediately to our, well, if I'm facing the street to
the person
our right,
that lives beside us. We only have one neighbor, really.
Yeah, he was there. And his daughter came and he says to his daughter afterwards, because they decided to go and continuing partying. And after 9 o'clock, I was yawning because I was like, ready for bed. And
man.
He says, they'll give you a ride home. He says they live close. She's like, yeah, he said you lived close. I really did not realize that you lived this close. She's like 25, going to be 26. Yeah. And it's too bad. She's been here for 2 weeks because she should have met Shay.
Well, she came here for some sort of surgery. So,
well, there you go. Sorry,
yeah,
Shay.
my mom is saying to have a fold down bar. So that might be a good idea.
A bar?
Well, yeah.
Oh, a bar. I see. Yeah. I guess you can have that as well.
Yeah.
We have a house that we've sold. The condo has a Murphy bed, but a real Murphy bed with the real equipment that goes into a Murphy bed. So when you lift it up, it is so light. And when you pull it down, so light.
Yeah.
Very
and
nice.
It's balanced really well. And yeah, they did a good job.
They really did. That Murphy guy was so smart. We had friends of ours. I don't know if they were real friends. He ended up killing himself. But he had a house that he used to bring in workers from the States. And they would stay for a week.
In Canada.
Fly them in. And they had Murphy beds on opposite sides of the wall, further down the room. But then he also had a workstation.
So when when the bed was folded up, there was a desk underneath. It was brilliant.
So the room was a bedroom as well as an office for 2 men. I thought that was very smart because it was just like an efficient use of space.
Yeah, they were headhunters.
I was on Alibaba last night from 4 to 6 in the morning. Thanks for asking. And I was looking at hydroponic stuff, first of all, because I own MexicoHydroponics.com. That's not why. But we're going to be growing some stuff here. And y'all know what?
Lettuce.
Mexican lettuce. That's funny. But I typed in real estate. You can buy prefabbed everything there. You can buy prefabbed homes. You can buy container homes. You can buy offices. You can buy 50,000 square foot greenhouses on Alibaba. You can buy SEO on Alibaba. It's crazy what you can get. You can get everything you want on Alibaba.
Chinese crap.
Well, no, the SEO guy was a guy from India because you don't just have to be Chinese to put on there. Now, if you're manufacturing, for the most part, things come from China. The still from China. there's really nothing to be made in Mexico. And then we were at the dinner last night, and our neighbor was there, and I asked him, he owns a restaurant. I asked him, why don't Mexicans own stills? And he said, it's because you can buy stuff so cheap here. And I'm like, you want to be in control of what you're making, because some of this stuff is just, it's rot gut.
And that's okay with some people.
It is. So then I thought about it, because a still does not have to be round at the base. It can be square. And if you can do square, it's very easy. If you've got a good welder, a TIG, a MIG, a TIM, a MIG.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Carry on.
Ours, we have a great welded commercial sink. Our neighbor, hers, not as well. It's still lovely, but it rusts up in the seam sometimes. Ours has never shown any rust at all because the welds were good. So if you have a square base, you have the 2-inch column that comes out, and then the round part with a heater spot inside. I think you could make a still. It would be very rudimentary. I think you could do one for very inexpensive, and the Mexicans would buy it. All across Southeast Asia, there are manufacturers' labor so cheap. Yes, the PI is starting to explode in order to break away from China. What is the PI?
Private industry, maybe?
The private industry, maybe. So yeah, it is very inexpensive to build a still. I just need to create one.
I think Steve and April are telling us that they just bought a Murphy bed, because he says we just bought one bed. So I'm assuming that that's what he means.
Murphys are so expensive because of the hardware. The bed itself is just a normal bed.
Oh, my mom has the answer. Just don't drink. Oh,
Philippine Islands. I love that you've mentioned the Philippines, because I'm going to be getting a VA in the Philippines. And because we've tried India, we've tried all these other places, horrible. But the Philippines, you have to go through a process. But if you get them and you pay them well, they are the loyal people. They don't leave you and go do something else and compete against you. I love that.
At least that's what we've been told by the
it's
person that's trying to sell it to us.
Honey, I do know this. Why do you keep? She's always like, She's like a wife that I didn't even want.
You begged me to marry you.
I kind of said, I guess you should get married.
Well, you begged me to date you for sure.
That is true, because I knew I was going to marry you, and it
so
was just
then
kind of like,
shut up.
Because it's wrong to know I'm going to marry you and not date you first, and just start asking you to marry me without you knowing who I am.
I might have said yes faster.
We were at West Edmonton Mall, and I think I've told you this already, at the Dolphin Tank.
Apparently, we repeat a lot of our stories.
We do. So yeah, it is just so you really know who we are. So yeah, I asked her at the West Edmonton Mall in front of the Dolphins, and we should get married. So we decided on Halloween, because that was 2 years to the day that I met her.
We met.
Somebody was against that.
Now you know how loyal I'll be to our friendship. That's awesome, Marie. Can't wait to meet you. It'll be fun. Just like getting the chance to meet Jolene. It's fun to meet these people who get to know us doing this, and then we actually get to meet them in person. It's a lot of fun.
I chatted with a developer's rep who lives in Hawaii yesterday.
Some of all y'all know already. Some of all y'all I already know. Blah.
He said, I have to tell you.
Like my mom.
He says, I read your story, and he says, your story is very similar to mine, except he's American. He was in Boston. And somebody very close to him passed away, and he took his 4 young children, 3 to 11, and they moved to Hawaii. And he said he has never looked back. His kids missed hockey. But yeah, best decision he ever made. Guys, I am telling you, when you leave that space, if it's truly the cold that's bothering you, because a lot of people want to leave and they take their crap with them. They're like, I'm going to leave all my baggage behind. And then they pick it up and they walk away. They take it with them. But if you can leave your baggage and read and start again, sometimes it's all you need. And you can do it at any single age. Like, that's the magic of all of this. We're all still young, unless you're like 97 and a half years old. 97 and a half is close to old, I believe. It's getting close. I don't know how long that's going to last.
Can you do me a favor and can you show or send the renter's contact to Shirley? Someone wants to see it.
What are we talking about?
Oh, actually, for Bahia Buceres, but we told him 24 hours. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I threw this out on Facebook yesterday just because it's going to hit the MLS. I don't know why it hasn't hit the MLS yet. Same as Lynn's place. Don't know why it hasn't hit the MLS yet, but I think it is going to be today.
No, Lynn only signed it yesterday. She was waiting to find out about capital gains, so that's why.
We love Lynn. Lynn has the same signature issue I do.
Yeah, it's going to be hell for me having to deal with all your guys' crap.
So yeah, and it is funny, Lynn, she hates to hear me say this, but I do know that she is me as a girl. And it's funny as heck. Like the same things, dislike. I don't like getting on motorbikes with men though. I don't. It's not a thing I've ever thought of. Never
then
even.
You might like it.
Maybe. We have a friend of ours who is a surgeon. And he has Harleys. I think he's got 2 or 3 of them. He hates wearing helmets. He says it's a dumb thing. And he's a surgeon. So I agree with him. He's like, if you're going to crash, you don't want to live with the brain damage. Just die. Just get it over with.
Lynn's house has not already sold. We are listing it.
No.
So
yeah, you guys are the only people in the world that know about this.
And everybody on Facebook. Nice try.
Well, no. I did put it on my Facebook. I never put it in the groups.
Oh, okay.
So, and I will do that.
Yeah. So, no, it's going to be live on Facebook within the next couple of days. Good morning, Jeff. Lori said she can feel the love between us.
Wear a helmet. Hang on. I'm not wearing a helmet. If I crash, I want to die. I watched this YouTube video of a guy who was crashing at like 100 and some kilometers an hour, which is like 60 some miles. This dude, he was sliding and he was like twisting around. And I'm like, I don't want that to happen. My dad was a bike guy, and he said you are guaranteed every 5 years to have a serious accident if you drive a motorbike. In Mexico, I think it's higher than that.
Probably. If the Mexicans can ride 4 to 8 people on there, you're good to go.
We have seen 5 people on a motorbike here, like a moped, not even a motorbike. So you've got the 3 kids and the mom and the dad. It's like we wasted our money on the truck because we could get a hell of a lot further on a moped.
Mm-hmm.
If you do not know,
I love Hawaii except the coast. We've never been to Hawaii.
No.
Not once.
We hear Hawaii is just like Mexico, except there are more Polynesians, less Mexicans, and it's about 3 times the price.
My cousins are nuts. Oh. So in the Philippines, they wear them too? Or lots of people on a bike. I get it.
Yeah.
Seen the pictures, never been to the Philippines either. We have a lot of traveling to do still in our lives.
Yeah, I'd love to go to China right now, but I'm not prepared to take the COVID test anally.
Why?
I
don't even want to take it up my nose.
Yeah, it just sounds like, wow. It just sounds wow. And even the British people now are kind of like, the COVID tests really aren't doing anything. We're sorry.
So there's an agent that wants to see the house that we have. Shirley told her that we need 24 hours. She's insisting that we show it tonight. Insisting. She can't insist anything.
Yeah, you can't. If we tell our clients 24 hours, it's 24 hours. That guy who does that, let's get ready to rumble, do you know that's trademarked? Every time that gets said, he gets paid. He's made almost $400 million on that. That's crazy. That is nuts. Maybe we should go and see my relatives. Yes, in Tacloban and Manila.
Yay. I'm in.
Yeah, Philippines is one of those places that started out kind of, and now it's evolving into this great place. I mean, it's like Vietnam, Thailand, all these places that were supposedly horrible places now are turning into like tourist places. And they do compete with us in the Vallarta area. But the truth is that you can get to every major center in North America in less than 4.5 hours. That is ingenious. Where you can only get to the Philippines, you have to take hubs unless you are a hub. So yeah, it's kind
Hubba
of
hubba.
hubba hubba. Are you telling her no? Thank you.
Not yet, but
Are you saying that don't be dumb?
I'm not talking to the agent. I'm talking to Shirley.
Okay.
So Jeff said he liked Hawaii, but he prefers Mexico. And Lori says that her and Al both have motorcycles and an airplane. What the heck?
When are they flying down? Do we know?
When are you coming?
Yeah.
You're another person I'd like to meet one day.
I can't wait to find out what issues, if you have any, you have in a plane. Like, do you just let traffic
Oh, I
control
just thought
know?
you meant what issues Lori has. I already have a list just from talking to her.
No, do you let traffic control know as you fly over? Do you register your plan with the Mexican and American government because you cross 2 international borders? Do you just fly low enough and they say, ha, 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 we're just going to run the drugs? I'm kidding. I know that's not what you're doing. But I'm just wondering, how does it all work?
So, Marie, do you mean in Manila you have to test? Quarantine until you get your results at set hotels, then test before you leave again? Check out Will Dasovich's blog about it.
It's so dumb. It is so dumb.
I'm not quarantining to go on a
It's like-
vacation. It's just, it doesn't.
I
doesn't make
hate
sense.
wearing
We'll have to-
masks. And in our town, I love the town we live in because almost every single place, just walk in without a mask. Now, the people working there, they all have their masks on, but they're smart enough to not say anything.
But we're talking restaurants, because grocery stores and stuff, you have to wear the masks.
I don't know. Not in our neighborhood.
It's not a grocery store. I'm talking.
I've got an Abarotes down the
Join
street.
us in Hawaii next year, Maui and Kauai. I don't think that's going to happen, Jolene.
No.
I don't really have a desire. I actually have never really had a desire to go to Hawaii. And Marie is saying that PVR is like Honolulu as far as climate, except some desert mixed in.
We also have people that we know from South Africa that say it's just like South Africa.
Yeah, but there's so many other places I want to go that are not Hawaii.
Like just Italy first.
Italy, I really want to
And
go.
Greece.
I've never been to Europe. I've never been across the pond.
Christie had never flown until we were
I was
married
30.
she was 30 years old before her first flight. And we already told you I was a real jerk on the plane. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I'll do it again someday. I hate turbulence.
Lori agrees. She has many issues. We will have to do a FaceTime with you guys to explain the flying to Mexico with a private plane. Yes, absolutely, darling. And then when you fly in, it's like overnight until the results get back. Oh, so you're not really quarantining. You just have to stay till you get the results. Okay, that's okay.
It's not okay. People are just freaking out for no reason. Here's the virus is spread. It's out there. And the people who are going to die are going to die.
Well, the more we try to quarantine it, the worse it's going to be when people see each other again.
Yes,
it will spread.
Yesterday was the 1-year anniversary of the government's telling us it's only going to be 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's only going to be 2 weeks. What are you worried about?
I'd love to see Pompeii and Herculaneum. Yeah. There's so many places in this world I'd like to see. And maybe one day I've considered taking a cruise to Hawaii because I know it's a lot of ocean time and I like cruises. I just think that they're wonderful.
Yep. There you go. What is this one? There's a 1 at the bottom. What does that mean? I don't know. Huh. I have no idea. But we are going to let you know.
We can do Spain. We can do Paris. Yeah, Paris. Even Paris, I'm not 100% sure, but I want to do Spain.
Too many French people.
Portugal. I want to do
now
all
rural
kinds
Spain.
Of places.
Rural Spain we hear is rural France. Spectacular, but it's those damn French people in Paris.
But no, there's my list is like this long.
And I just want a big dog so much, so I can abandon it. So yeah, we're not getting any more animals. They put you up at awesome hotels. Their population density is so extreme that they worry it could take off like wildfire.
I mean, it's a thing. It is
a
sickness. There's definitely people are getting sick and people are, but anyways.
This is why we're losing weight, is that this is now active in our environment because they let it go. So we're going to make sure that if we do get it, and maybe we've had it already. I mean, when our daughters were here last, October, November, December, there was a cough and they were all sick. And we know people that were in the hospital for 3 weeks with an undiagnosed flu-like disease. We think we've been exposed. I'll send you a link to a women's only travel group. Why would I go on that?
I'm pretty sure she meant me.
Okay, there you go. I get it.
Yeah, John likes to travel, and I did go to Peru without him. He insisted I go. It was a great trip. I would have enjoyed it more with him with me.
She learned about selfies. The girls she was with are like, and they're like, Christie, come on. And Christie's like,
So then I started, at first it was like, okay, I will do a selfie with you, but you guys have to buy me a coffee. And that didn't deter them. So then I said, well, then you're going to have to buy me a glass of wine. It still didn't deter them. They didn't buy me anything. But I took a lot of selfies.
She had a lot of coca leaves, if you know what I mean. Well, they actually do, because that's how they breathe up there. So they have coca and some other tea that they drink or chew the seeds to open their airwaves.
Leaves.
Yeah, leaves. Just the leaves. Yeah. It's not refined.
No, at the airport, they give you just reach your hand into a bowl that 17,000 other people have done it that day. It's kind of gross.
I'm eating urine.
And then they expect you to chew on those leaves and it does help. I mean, especially Lima wasn't so bad, but going to actually Machu Picchu or the 7 Colored Mountains, even Cusco, which is such a charming, cute little town. I loved Cusco, but you go up a hill that's barely even a slant and you're like,
if you're overweight and out of breath is one thing, but everybody has that issue, but it would have been harder for me as well. I probably would have died on that trip because I think where I was at that time, I think it would have killed me. I'm down to what I weighed about 7 to 9 years ago. And my goal is to be my pre-married weight. I was a skinny guy.
You will never get that skinny again.
I was very skinny when we got married. I gained probably 40, 60 pounds very quickly. Mm-hmm. I see pictures of me and I'm like, bleh. It's very big. So I've been overweight my whole life because of freaking insulin resistance.
As an adult. You weren't a fat teenager.
No. But in those days, I hardly ate. So I was fasting already. I just didn't know it. I was so busy as a child. I would wake up at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. My parents were like, why are you up? And I was like always, because I was on theophylline also, which is like, apparently I was drinking like 20 to 50 cups of coffee a day.
Yeah.
And I was always like tapping, which I tap now, but I don't tap as much.
Yeah, you're irritating. So Lori is saying Hawaii, New Zealand, Scotland, Ireland, Turkey, all beautiful too. I'll buy you lots of drinks, Christy, LOL. And then Turkey has very steep hills to walk up and down too. Yeah, Turkey's another place when it gets a little safer. I'd love to go. Israel, I'd love to go see Israel.
Yep, Egypt. Yeah, I would love to go to Egypt and see the Sphinx because the Sphinx is apparently like 10,000 years old, although the Egyptians say it's not because then it gets rid of them. Everybody's got something to protect. Mm-hmm. A racket they're protecting, the pharmacy industry. Everybody's got a racket. The military. We watched a great movie called War Dogs, based on a true story. That was very interesting because everybody is making money off of some bad crap going on in the world. Yeah. Sugar.
Wars, people make so much money during wartime.
Yeah, but even food, like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, they try and convince you it's just a couple calories. It's all good. But yeah, it's not.
Bucket full of sugar.
Buckets full
you guys,
of sugar.
It is 20 to 11.
What?
I know, this went really fast today.
So yeah, we're sorry we bored you with life.
No, there was lots of interaction. People like to travel. That's always a good topic to. So next week, we want to talk about where you guys have traveled. Tell me why we need to go places. I think they found another series of burial crypts in the Valley of the Kings that were untouched.
They did.
I know. I mean, there's so much. There's even just in Mexico alone, like there's still tons here that we want to see or re-see because we love Mexico.
There are ruins here before Vallarta, but they have to bury them because otherwise people would loot them.
And they can't afford to dig them up and protect them, so they're keeping them a secret.
So there are tens of thousands of archaeological areas in Mexico, and they can use now LiDAR, which goes through the forest and actually sees the grounds, etc. And they know where the places are. Mm-hmm. And they have all of these sites that they can't even release because the moment they do, the people go in, start pulling stuff out.
Because they can't protect them. So next week, let's talk about it. Tell me where you guys have been. Tell me why I should go. All right. Have a good weekend.
Have a good one, guys.